Hello again everyone, nice of you to join us. Well, our front screen's a bit funny this time, isn't it, the title? Or not non-title, dramatic narrowboat title. Well, I just can't stand it anymore looking at some of these YouTube videos now. Not just narrowboat vlogs, but there are a lot like that. But these clickbait titles, if I have them now, I'm stopping viewing. I really am, because it really annoys when it's so trivial or not even relevant to the video. So that's why I've put that title on, to give you an understanding, because it is awful because it is trying to con people to just get views. That's just our opinion, but I think we've hit the limit with that now, and like I say, we'll stop. Quite simply, we'll stop viewing those type of videos. Right, ours. Well, I'm going to leave. There's no title. It's just a wonderful cruise in some perfect weather again, even though you could say it's been a bit wet this last month or so, but this was a little bit earlier than that, when the weather was that little bit drier. So as usual, we've done our map for you, so you have an idea where we're going. Apart from that, come along with us. It's a lovely, relaxing cruise, seeing a few different things, you know, and obviously just going down the canal and seeing the wonderful surroundings. So I'll stop my talking for now and let's get on with the video. We are now on Shebdon embankment. It gets, if there's any gaps anywhere, I'll show you, but it's quite high in places. But it might be thick with greenery. But I'll keep my eye out. As recent as 2009, this embankment sprung a leak, and it was all closed while major repairs were carried out. Now, they were that worried about this embankment because it is a bit notorious, but when it was first done, before it was open, people were scared of going across it in boats, thinking it may collapse. That's how bad it was. But eventually, even though it was still problem after problem, it was opened, and thankfully nothing's happened to it since 2009. But I wonder how worried those working boatmen were, because one thing for certain, if this part closed, then the Shropshire Union would have been useless. You can see it's a long embankment, this. I could imagine all the problems. And it was also with landowners as well, because they had Acts of Parliament to do this, but there was a lot of landowners who got very, very annoyed, because they could see miles and miles out to the, you know, on the farms and out to the properties, and once this embankment was built, they could see nothing or very little. And some very, very rich landowners created quite a bit of a stink, resulting in some hefty fees being paid to compensate. This area of the embankment, what we're coming to, mind you, it used to be cut a lot better than what you see now, but we pulled up down here just approaching the bend, and we used to have barbecues. But I'll tell you what, the state of the towpaths now, this business of leaving all the grass uncut on the ends is getting out of hand, because you don't know what you're jumping into, you know, and injuries can come from it, or you could get a dreaded dog mine. You know, sometimes they get it wrong when they say don't cut the edges, because at the end of the day, humans are the more important part. You know, it's important that we know what we're jumping onto, but it's happening everywhere. Some silly ideas around. Anyway, what was I on about? Barbecues. Yeah, we've had quite a few barbecues just down here on the right. Also, not there anymore. I don't know whether it's changed to flats and that. There used to be a pub. I think it was the Wharf Tavern, or it might have been the Wharf Inn. Wharf Inn, yeah, Wharf Inn. And you used to go down a few set of stairs and go to the pub. But that's gone now. And yeah, we used to like going there. Used to be out the way and have a few nice unusual beers. But like many pubs, and this one went a while ago, but like many pubs, they have vanished, never to return. Still on the embankment as well. The next major place we'll come to is where we hope to moor, and that's Norbury Junction. But there are a couple of bits beforehand which I can easily talk to you about as we get there. But for now, it's just nice casual cruising. At least the moorings here are not too much overgrown, but that's probably because the edges are concrete. Yeah, they have really cut back on cutting back, and it's not good. when we go through the next bridge, we come across a pub on the right hand side in the middle of nowhere called the Anchor. It's very historic and it's not really changed much inside, and they're famous for the Wadworth's 6X. No good to me because I'm not fussy on that beer. I've tried it, but we have been in. Many years ago they used to just go into the cellar and get a good scoop of the beer and put it on the bar and pour it into your glass. Bernadette's dad did not like that at all. He definitely did not. He said, that's not for me. I can understand it as well. Nowadays it's not quite as authentic and they do it slightly different, but I suspect they still fetch a, they still fetch a pitch of 6X up with them and put it on the bar to pour into your beers, to top your glass up and that. But even though it's very old and unchanged, it's not quite like it was. But boaters of today, particularly those of a certain age, they swear by this pub. They really do. Well, when we get through the bridge, I'll just give you a quick look at it. I'm not sure of the opening hours at this time of the year. 7 PM, I've just seen it on the gate. Before we get to Norbury Junction, we come across another place which sounds a lot worse than what it is. It's known as Grub Street Cutting. We've been through here many times, and I'll guarantee you, absolutely guarantee you, that on the left hand side, as I'm going, on that side, you will see quite a few boats. And for years there's been a lovely car, I think it's an old Rolls Royce, under cover there. Not covered up, just under a covering. And I'm wondering if it's all like that still, but we will find out very soon. And then after that, on to Norbury, and hopefully we find a nice mooring, and even better, get out for a few nice pints and perhaps something to eat. Hard life, isn't it, for some of us? Our pace these days on the canals is unbelievable. We're so slow, we really are. We really took it down quite a few notches than what we used to be like. Canals what we could cover in 2.5, 3 days, it'll be taking us 2 weeks plus now. And we just love just doing a bit and then chilling out in a lovely environment. The amount of trees what run along the side of the Shropshire Union Canal is incredible, absolutely incredible. And with the sun coming through as well, it's just a wonderful experience coming along and just taking it all in. We never get used to it. That's the thing, we never ever get used to this. It's something we just love. And the nice thing is we can have a choice. We can either be on land or be on water. And that's a good way to be. Many choices, you know, we've got 3 choices while we can live our life. And to us, it's wonderful. But we've had to work very hard for what we've got. It's not been given to us. That's a certainty. You know, my memory's coming back. There's the Rolls Royce convertible, undercover as it was before. Looks lovely. Might need a little clean though. Very soon we'll be at Norbury, our destination. If there's a gap, because sometimes it can be very hectic, we'll see if we can get some diesel there. It's not urgent, but we always like to top up, and then we'll look for a nice mooring. This has been a wonderful cruise, this. Through the trees with the blue sky above. What's not to like? Just wonderful. And we don't just say that because we're on video. It's what we think that. We always think it's wonderful. How can you do 47 years and not think it is? It's just absolutely stunning. We're coming up to Bridge 40 now. Looks a different shape than normal. Again, it's an access bridge, but because we're coming through a cutting, it's taller than normal. So we've got a few unusual bridges along the Shropshire. How you can't like this canal is beyond me. It's absolutely brilliant. In one of my history books, and I'll try to find it and show you a picture, it shows this towpath full of telegraph poles going up quite a fair distance, but obviously things have moved on and they've all gone now. But the next bridge we come to, they left one in the middle. It's quite a feature. You've probably heard other people who do videos, vlogging, talk about it, but I thought to be able to see it and then to see some of the photographs of what it looked like years ago give you a feeling of it, you know, give you a nice appreciation of what it was like. But I do like what they've done here and left it in place, and it's certainly a talking point. So as we just go round here in a second, you'll see it just standing there proudly as it will for many, many more years, I'm sure of it. And again, if you've noticed, this is a road bridge, this one, but it's pretty high because we're still in a cutting. Yes, quite unique this. Hopefully when we come out, well, come through the bridge here, we've got space on the left to just top up. Just going past on the left there then was a boat called Kirky, and that's from Canal Transport Services. They're a company who know how to build boats. All right, excellent. I noticed.
See, it's normally full. We always end up at the other end.
Oh right, no, there's
Really quiet.
yeah, it is, isn't it? I don't think people can afford it.
Well, that's what I was saying.
Yeah.
You're right, yeah.
We could have moored closer to the boat behind us, and some people will moan if we don't, but just there is a safety ladder. Now if you look at the sides here, they're just straight down, and the safety ladder's there. If somebody's unfortunate enough to fall in, they can get to a ladder to get out. So you never moor over one of them if you come across one. No doubt many people ignore it because they're not aware of it, but that is a fact, and that's why we have left easy access to such an important piece of equipment. That video's come to an end. I hope you enjoyed coming along with us on that lovely little cruise in great weather. Absolutely spot on. Unlike at the moment, we seem to be having rain every day. We really do. It's not been a good summer in most of the UK, and yet areas close by, you know, in Europe and that, they've been absolutely melting. I don't want 40 odd degrees temperatures. I know I'm complaining about the rain, but I'd rather have it like that than be melting. That's just the way it is. So, just before I go, and I don't say this enough, don't forget, subscribe, like, share and comment. It's all free, everything's free what we do. You know, we make the videos, get them out to you, and that's it. We don't want anything else. The adverts are from YouTube and we can't control them, so apologies for that, but that's the way it is. I think that's it. Yeah, I think that'll do. I'm going to go and make a nice cup of tea or get the coffee machine on. I'll see what Bernadette says. And if the weather doesn't look like it, but if the weather stops, you know, gets a bit drier, we'll go for a walk as well in the beautiful countryside. So, as usual, all I can say is stay safe, stay well, and we'd love you to come along with us on our next little adventure. Ta-ra!